Welcome back guys, Slybacon here. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at D.Va. Now within the group of people that I play with, D.Va is pretty frowned upon. She's considered useless by some, and this is kind of my video to try and change their mind, get them thinking a wee bit differently I guess. And yeah, let's jump right into it. So for those of you who don't know much about D.Va at all, let's go over the basics. So her main attack is a twin fusion cannon. It is very short range. It does 3 damage up close, dropping off to 0.5 damage over range. It fires at 7 rounds per second with 8 pellets per shot. It does not have an alternative fire mode. Right, so that's her damage when she's inside a mech. When she's outside a mech, she still does a lot of damage. She actually does more damage outside of a mech than she does inside it. So when she's outside, she has a light gun, which does 14 damage per shot. It fires at 6.66 rounds per second, 20 ammo per clip. It is amazing for taking out people that don't expect it. So although her damage numbers are not very high, the fact that you don't need to reload with your main attack in mech form means she's very consistent with her damage. Her shift ability is a rocket boost ability which lasts for 2 seconds. It flies you into the air or any direction you actually want to go. Great for moving around, getting behind things as you can see here on screen. It's a lovely knockback effect and it also does 25 damage to any enemies it hits. Her E ability is called Defense Matrix. What it does is it puts a field up in front of you and that shoots down any projectiles coming into your path. So the beautiful part of this is, as you can imagine, it stops things like turrets, etc, all those basic kind of things. It actually counters a lot of other classes' ultimates. So the ultimates that it does counter is any of the ones with projectiles involved. So that's Roadhogs, Soldiers, McCrees, Reapers, Farahs, Bastions. It counters actually Bastion's tank form. Anything that fires a projectile, so that's a bullet or a rocket or anything like that, it stops that from hitting your team. So as you can imagine, that completely nullifies so much damage that's coming towards your team, and it's so important. A lot of people just don't kind of get that, how much damage you can actually stop with D.Va herself. Alright, so speaking about ultimates, let's talk about D.Va's. Hers is a self-destruct for her mech. What it does is 1,000 damage in a large area. It kills D.Va herself if she gets hit by the explosion, but it doesn't kill your teammates, so that's very handy. Now at this point in the game, not too many people are actually going to die to D.Va's ultimate because everybody's gotten used to it and get out of its way. There's 2 giant clues. The first is it yells at a giant, "Nerf this." The second is there's this giant ball with a big red blinking light on top of it saying "get out of its way, get out of its way." But that does not mean it is useless. What that means is it's really good for clearing points, and that's basically how I use it. So chuck that in, all the enemies run away, your team runs in, you now have the point, right? And it's easier to defend a point than it is to attack a point, basically. So that brings us to the end of the introduction part, and I think I have perfect timing because I believe I actually counter an ultimate up here. Yeah, I do. So as you can see, I ran in there, Soldier 76 popped his ultimate, I ran in, stopped the initial blast of it, and then our Roadhog actually hooked him at the end there. But you've seen in the kill feed, he didn't kill anybody. He used his whole ultimate, didn't kill anybody. How often do you see a Soldier 76 ultimate that kills nobody? And as you can see here, D.Va is classified as a tank. Most people don't particularly use her as a tank. She's definitely not a frontline tank. You use her to get around the back and attack and harass and stuff like that. But if you're up against turrets or bastions or things like that, you can basically run straight at the enemy. Pop your E ability, so your defense matrix, which is going to stop all those bullets from hitting anybody, and then you're right up in their face and point blank range up in their face between a turret or bastion and D.Va. D.Va's going to win every single time. She pumps out enough damage to shed through both of those guys pretty quickly. And I believe I throw my ultimate up here now. Yes, I do. So as you can see, I don't think I actually kill anybody. No, I got a trap. Awesome. But what that has done is it's pushed the enemy back and it's given our team basically it's given us the point, really. There was 3 guys up there, as you've seen before I threw it in there. Yeah, good on you, Reinhardt. Reinhardt players, man, they're always trying, always trying. So D.Va's actually in line for some buffs, and we're not 100% sure exactly what the buffs are going to be, but we're kind of thinking they're going to be to her rate of fire, because you couldn't really buff her damage up, because her damage is fairly decent, especially at close range. So they're talking about increasing her rate of fire, which is, I guess, an invert way of actually increasing her damage overall anyway, especially if you can aim properly. So basically with D.Va, the way you need to play her is even though she's classified as a tank, you're not a frontline tank, you are definitely a backline harasser, with the ability to come back and tank for your effectively tank for your team if you need to be. So you can see here, I've pushed forward past my team. I've taken out turret 1v1. Not many players can actually do that, or not many classes can actually do that, I should say. Taking out Torbjorn. I'm actually going to take out another couple of people here. I think I get both the Mercy and the Junkrat here at the same time. Yeah, there's the Junkrat down. Mercy. Junkrat, yeah. So with D.Va, you really need to be really self-sufficient. So you need to know the maps. You need to know where the health drops are. And you just need to know like the map in general. You need to know where people are coming from. You need to know where people are going to, probably just as effectively. And you need to take the fight to the enemy, I guess, is the best way of really describing how to play D.Va. You know, you're not a sit at the back, sit on the payload with your shield up type of tank. You're definitely I'm pushing forward and doing as much damage as I can, while also disrupting and interrupting and being just a giant pain in the butt to everybody who's trying to sit at the back there. It's just, I probably didn't need to pop my defense matrix there, but it did counter McCree's ultimate. I probably could have killed him in the time that he cast, but if he didn't, you know, if I didn't quite kill him in time, I would have killed a couple of our guys. So if you can see, he jumped down behind us. There's, what, 2, 3 of my team there. I've gone in his face. I've popped my defense matrix. He shot the defense matrix. I've saved 2 or 3 of my guys. So, you know, how much value is there in that? I've just saved 3 guys, and we've managed to push onto the point because of that. If we didn't, you know, would we have got stuck there for the next 2 or 3 minutes? Who knows? Who knows? And it's hard to quantify those type of things in the scoreboard, and a lot of people, you know, rely on the scoreboard to say whether you're doing well or whether you're doing badly, which is definitely the wrong mindset for Overwatch, but it's a mindset that a lot of players have, so we kind of work with that. Now, I'm not saying with D.Va you can't get on the scoreboard, because you certainly can, specifically around kills and things like that. As you see here, this turret's giving us a lot of issues. It actually just popped his ultimate, so I'm waiting for my mech. Now the funny thing is, I don't even destroy this turret, but he destroys it himself because he knows I'm coming. I've popped my defense matrix, I'm taking no damage, boost in there, get right up in his face. I didn't kill his turret then, right? He moved his turret because he knew I was going to kill it. So, you know, even though I didn't get the kill, so that doesn't count towards a kill for me, I did actually kill that turret effectively. Again, not going to show on the scoreboard, but they did actually work. So there's a lot of background stuff going on with D.Va that people just don't see, or they don't realise what's actually happening. But you're doing such a major and important role for your team. It's the same sort of role that Tracer does, Reaper to a certain extent does it as well. It's not as flashy, I guess, even though you are running around a giant bloody mech, which is so much fun. Now, I do have to admit that when D.Va first came out, or when I first started playing the game, I should say, D.Va was not my top choice, and it's only really been very lately that I've kind of moved towards D.Va, and I find her so incredibly fun. It's actually kind of ridiculous how fun she is. Because you can, like, get around there, you can harass, and if you really must, you can fall back and be a tank, and be your, you know, tank, if you will. Has this ultimate, I threw it into their spawn, like, have some of this. I was going to say, I did pick up a couple of kills there, which isn't ideal, but again, it's going to clear out the point, and it allows us to push onto the point without them standing in our way. Come up here, pop my defense matrix, eat a few shots for the team, doing your job, as you should. A lot of people still try and 1v1 D.Va, and 1v1 she's very, very strong. There's a few classes that can beat her 1v1, but 1v1 she is very strong, probably one of the strongest heroes as there is. As you can see here, Bastion, defense matrix down again, ate all those shots, allowed us to push onto the point, allowed us to win. Now, I'm not going to say we won because I popped my defense matrix, but it definitely helped. And clearing off those points a couple of times, eating a couple of the ultimates, you know, I've definitely contributed to this game. I'm not going to get player of the game. I don't even think I get on the scoreboard for this one, actually. Maybe I do. I might get on there for kills, I'm not sure. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that doesn't show up, and if you're not the person playing D.Va, I guess, or the person that it's happening to on the opposite side, you kind of don't see it happening. But D.Va is a very good hero, and she's even going to get better once she actually gets buffs and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I did get on the score, but yay! Upvote for me. Awesome. So anyway, guys, that's D.Va. Hopefully I've convinced you to at least have a wee play of her. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, remember to thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.